Idah may be a waste of a shirt up front, but the only shirt that matters for Celtic is the black one in the middle of the pitch, wore by Don Robertson as he helped Celtic pick up a point at Dens Park. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. It's time now for the Celtic fans to react to their late equaliser, their lucky penalty, and their lucky draw against Dundee.
I believe the Don was wearing a big pink salmon kit tonight, my friend. Not black. He normally wears black, but alright, we'll let you away with that one. Alright, slightly undercooked, but Celtic were cooked tonight. They were well done. And then Don Robinson went, VAR, penalty.
It was like a grilled salmon then, you know, a wee bit of black on, I think.
He fired the lemon in, didn't he? I tell you what, though, Dundee, two very good games back to back. I feel like there was a lot of question marks about Dundee. Oh, they might get dragged into that spot for 11th place and all that. They're going to stay up.
Dundee's going to be fine. They're going to be all right. I think they'll make a push for top six. Whether they get it or not, I don't know. But you know, it's hard to call that top six battle right now. There's so many teams that could get it.
I think they'll finish above Aberdeen.
All it takes is one team to go on a winning run, and you know they'll probably do it. So
put it this way: if you come out of 2 games against Celtic and Rangers and don't lose any of them, I know it's only 2 points, but it's massive because most teams will pick up none.
Anyway, we're here to see the Celtic fans' reaction. So enough bum-licking Dundee.
Phantom.
Let's get into it. Phantom said, "The worst refereeing decision I've seen to yet again bail out Celtic. That will probably decide the title race and cost Dundee in their race against Aberdeen for third. No more messing around. We need a public inquiry now, swiftly followed by a class action lawsuit."
I sense no trolling here, so you know what? Totally agree.
I totally agree with him. That might just, you know, knock Rangers out the title race.
Well, I was going to say it might knock Celtic out the title race. Rangers have wrapped it up.
15 points, I think Rangers could have probably, you know, brought it back, but 16, I think that's just too much.
I agree. Yeah, as much as I can joke and banter, 16 impossible, 15 doable.
Aye, so
it's at the windy.
I will just move on here.
We will move on.
Brendan Ogle, he's got some player ratings here.
Show me more.
Let's get into them.
Show me more.
We've got a Casper 6 out of 10. Guy conceded 3 goals. Don't really recall him having any saves to make. Not sure he's a 6 out of 10. Seems a bit generous to me. AJ getting a 7 out of 10.
I would have gave Casper Schmeichel a 5 because I feel like a lot of Dundee's chances
missed the target.
Yeah, but he was beat.
Aye,
like headers and free kicks.
He conceded 3 goals.
Yeah,
I mean that's.
Well, I don't think any of the goals are really his fault, but I mean I feel like the third goal he could have commanded his.
Yeah, but I don't recall any great saves.
Yeah, so 5.
So I mean,
Alistair Johnson, I thought had a pretty poor game. He's normally pretty good.
Yeah, AJ and Taylor both getting 7s. That seems a wee bit high to me. Carter Ficker's getting a 6 while Trusty gets a 3. Like, I think we could agree that Trusty was the worst at the two. But for me, CC3 wasn't double as good as Trusty. I couldn't give Carter... I mean, he conceded 3 goals. And for me, he didn't really do anything that... And he scored an own goal. I don't see how you can give him a 6. Again, I'm looking at a 5 at best. A 6 is decent. Was Carter Vickers decent tonight?
He was bullied just like the rest of his defenders. I think to give Celtic, right, a 6 out of 10, a 7 and a 7 after conceding 3 goals is fucking crazy.
Yeah, I don't see how you can give... Yeah, to me, I don't see how you can give 4 out of the back 5.
Yeah.
6s and 7s.
Trusty get bullied all night.
Yo,
Johnston could have defended better for me for the first goal. Carter Vickers cost the second goal, and then the third was just poor for all of them.
Yo, I'm not even joking. We will have seen Celtic games where they've won like 4-5-0, and I don't think you could probably give any higher than those ratings.
Yeah.
So, honestly, I don't see how you can give... I just don't see how they can be that high.
Trusty becoming a wee scapegoat.
I think so.
Scales get fired back in there.
Calmac a 5 out of 10. I thought Calmac was... garbage.
Normally runs the show. Normally he's the best midfielder in the 7 Seas.
Aye, well, when he's got the future Celtic captain alongside him, he pales in comparison. Calmac a 5, McCown a 7. You know what? I thought McCown was probably the best out the bunch in the middle of the park.
Tell you what, right?
And he got a goal, so I would say so far McCowan is the most deserving of a 7.
See if Cal McGregor swapped places with Luke McCoy and he went to Dundee. What would Cal McGregor be doing at Dundee right now?
Sitting on the bench.
Sitting on the bench.
Bernardo, 4 out of 10. Wasn't a great game for him. Idah, a 3 out of 10. Probably fair.
That's.
I don't think he'd. I mean, when you go lower than a 3, you're getting into abysmal territory.
No, I mean, Celtic have dominated domestically now this season, right? And this guy's contributed to barely anything.
Yeah. I thought Kyogo was decent out wide. He did get some good balls into the box. Unfortunately, those balls were going in towards Idah, not himself.
Yep.
Don't know if he deserved a 7 though.
No,
I mean, maybe he did. I don't know. I'd say 6 or 7.
And
Yang,
Yang got a goal.
He got a goal. I mean, without the goal, he's probably not getting a 7.
Probably not, but that's Big Brendan's ratings. We'll move back to
Although
the
those
comments.
ones down there, that
those ones down there, we're not interested.
well, no, those ones look more legit. Can we just check them out?
Oh my god, they look more legit, mate.
Well, they
Are you
do.
trying to diminish Big Brendan?
Aye, Big Brendan doesn't fucking know what he's talking about. Calmac 2, Carter Figures 2, Trusty -2, AJ 3, Taylor 4. What about Don Robertson? Is he getting a 10?
We are
The
meek.
perfect 10?
We are weak and meek around physical teams. Defence coach John Kennedy needs gone. Missed that.
What would you give Don Robertson tonight? For a Celtic perspective?
For a Celtic perspective? 11 out of 10.
11 out of 10, there you go. More of a threat than Idah up front.
Fuck, I tell you what, man.
Yeah, Don Robertson had more touches than Idah.
Cards like Jeepers Creepers wee spiral thing.
Kisu says, not the best performance, but we're in a position where we can have games like that where we're not at our best. 80% possession and not winning isn't good enough, though. Can't be controlling a game like that and not winning. Still winning the league, though. I mean, look, possession doesn't mean shit. We need to stop looking at possession and gauging that as a good meter as to whether you dominate it or whether you were the better team or whether you deserve to win.
Rangers had 83 against Dundee last week for a decent portion of the game, didn't
and they only had like 30 odds against Celtic.
The picture, but yeah.
And they absolutely blew Celtic away. So, I mean, possession doesn't mean shit. So you could have 80% possession, but if you do nothing with it and the other team is taking advantage of their 20%, then you would rather have 20%.
Absolutely.
So
Bernardo Enthusiast says Dundee deserved it more, but I'll take a point. Can't be saying that, Bernardo.
I know, Bernardo. Come
That's
on.
crazy talk.
And it can't be a real Celtic fan. Must be a better hun like us.
They played good. We played good. You have to accept it.
Timur Osiri says, all that game told me was shaky at set pieces and a quality striker is needed, as there were 2 out there tonight and neither scored. Well, I mean, one of them was playing out wide, like, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't
For the majority of the game.
I mean, he's kind of suggesting here that we need a quality striker.
Because Kyogo and Idah are shite.
Yeah, Kyogo's not shite, man.
Heart of Midlothian Enjoyer said Celtic died in 94.
Is that your
brother? Can you dispute it? Can you deny it?
Why has he used a gif of... Is that guy for that show? Ted Lasso?
What an overrated pile of shite that is, by the way. Amy says, great to see the team fight until the end and grabbing that point. That seems like a troll account. Who's really saying that?
From a Celtic perspective.
Come on.
Back to the comment earlier that said about winning the league. Celtic, I mean, the league's done. But now that is quite a lot of games now in a row. I mean, away. Celtic's last 3 away games, 2 draws against the Dundee clubs and a loss against Rangers. It's not good. 2 points out of 9.
Here's the thing. See since Boxing Day, obviously Rangers beat Celtic, and that was the toughest game out of them all. No doubt about it. Cannot be denied. But see if Rangers had of won all their other games since Boxing Day, they would be playing Aberdeen tomorrow and knowing that a win would take them to within 4 points of Celtic. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Had Rangers had 100% record since Boxing Day, and they won the hardest game of the lot against Celtic, Rangers would have the opportunity to close the gap down to 4 points tomorrow, or today even, later on, against Aberdeen with a victory. It's just mental how much they've dropped the fucking ball.
Oh, that's pathetic. Bottle jobs.
Absolutely shocking. NS says, laughy emoji, laughy emoji, laughy emoji, laughy emoji. Yeah, I just don't see what you can be laughing about, though. You drew with Dundee like 3 days ago, and you're 16 points behind. I mean...
That's pretty much it.
Elle says, move on and forget it quickly. We need to put a performance in the next week to in Europe to qualify. Fucking sort it out, Brendan. I tell you what, right? We were saying how, they've done it. The way Celtic are currently playing, I don't think that young boys game's a gimme.
No. And with their current away form, going to Villa Park, needing a result, I don't fancy it.
I think Celtic will beat young boys, but I'm not as confident as I was a few months ago.
Well, put it this way, right? I think they'll beat young boys and they'll go through. I would be shocked if Celtic went through the next round.
Could you imagine if young boys get the first goal?
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest, the Scottish Cup, they're not going to care about that till Hampden, really, so it's Champions League or bust for Brendan.
I like the way you assume that they'll be at Hampden.
Because they will be. Oh, aye, fuck. Wait. Well, let's pretend that Kilmarnock are going to rock up the Parkhead and win.
You think Don Robertson's already bought his ticket?
Of course he has.
Anyway, let's see. Up next, we've got Jason Dolan saying Celtic played awful. Yeah, they weren't great. Here we have some sort of Indian Western style shootout here where Dundee don't have much of the ball, but they don't need a ball because they just
Celtic's got a sword, but Big John Wayne, he's got the revolver.
Big John.
Seems a wee bit unfair, like, just to shoot the guy.
It does. NS says, what an enjoyable evening in football. Celtic were liquidated in 1994.
I remember it like I was born yesterday, right? Big...
Proud Scott 76 said, incredible that after 3.5 games, a Celtic player has finally received a booking. Referee Don Robertson must have been instructed not to allow the pattern of assistance Celtic enjoy from Scottish officials look quite so obvious tonight. Still, 10 fouls and only 1 yellow.
I'll tell you what,
SPFL, corrupt to the core.
He's saying not make it look obvious tonight. I think he did the polar opposite.
Aye, I mean, see how quickly he's pointing for that penalty spot there?
Yo, it's like... I've never seen a referee point so quickly to the fucking spot. I mean, I heard Boyd kind of blaming Silla, right? And you know what, it probably is a penalty. But the reality is, Don Robertson was pointing to the spot before the game even fucking kicked off. I mean, work out on it. And then you've got the incident afterwards with the knee to the back of the head.
Yeah, no,
like it was in the fucking octagon.
You'd have thought that maybe he would have just let that play on, see what happened, and then checked with VAR, and I'm sure they would have checked for a penalty.
Yeah.
But Don Robertson was adamant that he was given that. And it's one of those ones where I think if it's not given, then there's a chance that VAR might decide not to give it, but if the referee gives it, it's never getting overturned.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest, I think he would have went to the monitor if he didn't give it here, you know.
Aye, well, here... In the Scottish Cup, in the Scottish League Cup final, maybe if the referee went to the monitor, he would have gave a penalty, but he didn't get
Brother John, I'm going to go to lemon. Hope he would have, yes.
He didn't get the fucking option, did he?
No, he didn't.
So who knows? Sometimes the referees don't get called over.
See, Don Robertson, he thought about those FAR officials are, you know, they're corrupt.
Yo, Don,
I'll word it here and get it right.
Here, see, imagine if they says to Don, no, sorry, you don't need to come over. He'd have whipped out his phone and went, no, hold on, I've got my own personal monitor. Give us 2 seconds, lads. Oh, that's a penalty.
Martin Rogers.
That's a pen.
Martin. Decent point in the end. That's a decent enough Dundee team. Not played the best, and to take a point, I'll take that. Just a 16 points in. Calm the tits, lads. It's only January. You said calm the tits, lads, but I'll say calm.
It's only January. Well, what we got next? Mr. McCeltic 1888 said absolutely no problem. Dundee more than deserved the draw. Given the number of games every 3 days, I'm happy with the draw, especially since we equalised in the 93rd minute. You know, that almost sounds like he thinks Dundee deserved to win, but he can't actually come out and admit it. So he has to say that they deserved more than deserved the draw.
Celtic could have had the game to bed.
No, but is that not another way of saying here Dundee deserved to win, but I can't actually come out and admit that we deserved to lose?
Yo, I think there's a lot of similarities in this game and the Hibs-Rangers game. Rangers could have been about 5-0 up, but then they blew the 2-0 lead. And I think in the end, Hibs deserved to win. And I think in this game, Celtic could have been a lot of goals up. Then in the end, Dundee came back, bullied Celtic, were winning. And honestly, a lot of similarities, but yep.
Celtic Girl 1888 says, we are so far off the boil. The team is stale and needs a major injection of new blood. Lacking hunger and fight, some key players are just not up to the task right now. Do you not think it's embarrassing though, man, that a lot of Celtic fans aren't content, yet they're still 16 points ahead of it? It just shows you how bad Rangers are.
I know.
Like, Celtic fans are not happy. and they're 16 points ahead.
You can see why, though.
No, you can see why, because the performances from Celtic, I think, over the past 2 months haven't been good enough.
Yeah.
But they're still good enough to be 16 points ahead of Rangers. I tell you what, right?
Sums up how shite my team
Yeah,
is.
but see as much as these fans aren't happy, could you imagine if Rangers had won every game since Boxing Day? Could you imagine if Rangers were only 7 behind with a game in hand? I think these comments would be a lot different.
No, of course they
You know
would.
what I mean? So,
I mean, that's just how it works. End of the day.
see, you're only as bad as your nearest rivals, and Rangers are bad.
No,
so
it's like, as I said there, Celtic's last 3 away games in the league picked up 2 points. All right, against Dundee United, I think a draw was pretty much bang on there. Dundee United defended really well, and Celtic had all the chances, but didn't really do anything too clear cut. I mean, they've picked 2 points up out of 9 away, and let's be honest, like they've been pretty pish in all 3 games.
Aye, they have been. Kieran Shevlin says, Trusty very poor, cost us 2 goals. Calmac never got on the ball tonight and was lost in the middle. Plus, Idah, very poor. Too many chances missed in the first half. Lucky to get a draw. Take the point up the Celts. Aye, so Calmac, supposedly the hands down the best midfielder in Scotland, never got on the ball tonight. Just didn't happen for Calmac.
Yep, big money. 4 games in a row a day has started, and it's killed how we play. Kyogo might not be
Idah.
scoring the goals, but we are used to. But his movement is critical. Let's get back to using Idah as an impact sub.
Is it Idah really an impact sub?
I just think
What
he's
impact he
shite.
made?
You know what though? Brendan Rodgers has started in 4 games in a row. Is it any surprise that's came in January? I think he's trying to get a fucking fee for this guy.
Is it any surprise that's when Celtic started to struggle?
No, I know. He's not. And see these people that seem to think he's the second best striker in the league. He's not. He is not, man.
Charlie says, patterns of assistance, you say. Sean Canavan says, Trusty and Engels have succeeded with how much they've been paid, but Idah is just dishing out the entire support's patience. This guy really does not like Idah, by the way.
He doesn't. He's here every week. He's here every game. No, man, he's no good. He scored a lot of goals last season, crucial goals. But see, this season, he's not scored the goals, and his play's pish.
Sean Canavan again says, Idah remains our worst player again and again and again and again. The more he starts, the more headaches we're going to suffer under this man. Brendan has just ruined everything within our front row quality with Idah. Cummings and Kenny should play more often instead of Idah. You think this is my burner account?
It might be, but I tell you what, Johnny Kenny should be playing more games. Really good in the Conference League with Shamrock Rovers. Back on loan now, back off loan. Guy, I mean, honestly, why not give him a game over a day? Idah. Tell you what, see, once I get a name wrong, I've got it wrong for life, NWO style. Anyway, Hollywood, Hulk Idah, not happening for him.
No, it's no. Stephen C. It could be you, Stephen C.
Could be me.
01 says, brutal to watch at times. You were 00. Brutal to watch at times. Idah offers little and misses opportunities similar to Dessers.
The name is Bond.
Yang gives him credit, got a goal. So hopefully give him some more confidence. Dundee credit where it's due. They had us on the ropes. That handball, lucky, got us out of jail. Huh, lucky?
Lucky? Champions don't do lucky.
Can't be saying that. Anything else? Ward says Kyogo far too good to be stuck up there on his own waiting for the ball. It never comes. Give him a proper 10 role. Sign a centre forward. St. Francis Connor says we need a captain that gets in all teams' faces who also riles our own players. McGregor is woeful as a captain. Idah needs taken away in a day out and left somewhere. What do you think of this? It's not often you hear a Celtic fan refer to McGregor as a woeful captain.
I tell you what, I think that's a bit of an over-exaggeration. As much as we have a wee bit of banter and fire wee digs at Calmac, right? Because he's absolute shite and overrated as fuck, doesn't necessarily mean he's an awful captain.
Would he be your? I mean, who if you?
We got a banter there, you know what I mean?
If you were the Celtic manager, who would your captain be? Out of curiosity.
Well, I wouldn't change it. For fuck.
Let's say it's a refresh, right? It doesn't. I don't care about changing it. Let's say you're the Celtic manager. Who's your captain?
I'm probably looking between like Johnston, Schmeichel, or Vickers. One of those 3.
I was thinking Schmeichel. But I think Joe Hart would have made a good captain.
No, Joe Hart would have, but Calmac wasn't that good tonight. But I just don't understand this. You know what, right? Calmac and Brown, two guys that have won a lot with Celtic, right? It might not be tomorrow, it might not be next year, it might not be 5 years
Well, I
from
think
now.
Brown's a lot better. He's a much better captain than Calmac. And then we can argue who the better player was.
That's Cal McGregor. But my point is, right, tomorrow,
Absolutely.
next year, 5 years from now, at some point, Celtic's dominance is going to dry up and people are going to fucking realise how much they've missed a captain like a Brown and a McGregor. Yeah, because we say he's overrated, right? But Jesus Christ, anyone having a go at Cal McGregor for winning fit me, look how much trophies the guy's won.
I know, but anyone in the Celtic team can claim to have won all those trophies.
Yeah, I know, but what? Because they draw free each with Dundee, and this guy wants him stripped of the captaincy.
No, but the argument I would make is, would Celtic have won any less trophies if McGregor wasn't the captain? I'm struggling to say the answer to that would be
But considering how good he's made out to be and how much a good captain he's made out to be, I'm going to have to say they must be losing games because of him. Or not because of him. You know what I mean?
No.
Point is...
So you're saying if McGregor wasn't the captain, Celtic would not have been as successful as they have been?
Yeah, but I'm not talking about like Rangers would be on 10 in a row, like if McGregor wasn't captain, you know.
Red Fan Loyal's laughing. He's laughing. That's pretty much it. Green Onion says not the greatest performance. Got out of jail. At some point, we're going to have to come up with a plan to deal with teams that get right in our faces. Fair play to Dundee. Leanne Yar said Idah is like being a man down. He needs to have a serious look at himself when he has Yang scoring ahead of him. Laziest striker I've seen in a long time. And you know what? It's bad enough if you're playing for Celtic and it's considered the team being a man down. But when you're paying £9.5 million to be a man down, that's fucking insane.
No, he is though. He's like a statue.
And I think that's what brings even more criticism towards Idah. See if he was somebody that Celtic signed on a free, or if he was somebody that came through the academy, I don't think he'd get bashed as much. I certainly don't think I would draw that much attention to him.
But he wouldn't be starting games at the same time.
Yeah, but
he's
listen,
starting because he's worth. Well, they pay.
yeah, I know, but like,
million.
listen, we've seen quite a few players at Celtic that aren't really up to scratch. I think some you could name are like maybe Ralston, Welsh, players like that. But I mean, I don't really give those players a hard time. I just think they're not exactly, Celtic starting 11 quality. But could you imagine, like, let's say Welsh, a guy, and let's go with Ralston, right? A guy that they don't like, and Taylor as well, a guy that gets, I think, to criticise too much, doesn't really get. Imagine if Celtic paid $9.5 million for Taylor. Imagine how much more abuse he would get.
Not be crazy.
So anyway, I think that's where we're going to end it here.
We're not going to end it there. We're going to end it with this.
Oh. Not quite a cigar, but it's a wee tiny fag.
Rolly. It's a wee fucking rolly there. Come on. What's he smoking there, man?
You can tell the quality.
He must be on the Starship size of the fucking Starship Enterprise.
That's mental, man. Brendan Rodgers smokes the big thick cigars. And fucking...
This guy gets the skinniest Benson Hedges you ever fucking seen in your life.
Fucking probably rat poisoning that or something, man. What the fuck?
Smoking fish?
Not quite a quality tobacco product, is it? Anyway, that's
Good
it.
day.
What would Idah be smoking?
Shite. Big roll of shite.
Choking on a carrot or something. Anyway, that's it. Until next time, guys. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Peace.